Okay, so we were able to make a plot, which was nice. And so what's on the screen right now is just the first 100. So why don't you say what this is doing?
Okay, so we have A, which is a table of puzzle sequence, the length of puzzle sequence for numbers 1 to 100. So this is just plotting on the x-axis which positive integer it is, and then the output is the length of the Collatz sequence.
Okay, so how could we? What do you think? Some interesting things we could do with this plot, or with any of the numbers in the plot? What could we study here?
We can make a histogram, I guess.
Oh, well, that could be very interesting. I actually don't know what that would look like. So you could do, instead of list plot A, you could do histogram A, or you could even do both if you wanted.
Let's see. Just the histogram. I think that opened something. Histogram. So it seems sort of similar to some of the other graphs we've seen. It might not be a normal distribution because it actually isn't a normal distribution because we don't see any outputs out here.
Okay, well, if it was a normal distribution, I'm not sure we would expect to see any out there, but I don't know, how could we investigate this a little further to see if it maybe starts looking more like a normal distribution?
It's just more outputs, or more.
Where do you want to go?
Maybe 10,000?
We'll try 1,000 first, actually. I don't know how fast this is going to run.
Alright.
Ooh.
So...
Oh, that's an interesting surprise.
Actually not a normal distribution. We see sort of two peaks here.
That's really interesting, actually. So initially it looked like a normal distribution, or sorry, it looked like maybe it was a normal distribution.
Maybe.
Running a few more, doesn't look like it. Try, I don't know, that didn't take too long to run. Try that to 2,000. Okay.
So we keep those same two peaks, we just have more in each one. More outputs, or inputs that produce that number.
Yeah, that's really neat. I actually didn't know it looked like this at all. That was a fun surprise. Okay, go back, keep it, well, scroll down and do list plot A since we already have the 2,000. Let's see what the list plot looks like.
Alright, so we start...
Yeah, just pull that up just a little bit. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, tell me about what you see here.
It's similar to what we see in the histogram. We have almost two starting points from 0, and then we, as we go farther out, they sort of spread together and start to represent all of them, maybe all of the possible outputs.
Does this look like to you a plot of random dots, or does it?
No, it does not.
Okay, what would you?
It shouldn't be random because we're seeing the same thing every time.
What do you mean we're seeing?
If we evaluated it again, we would see the exact same.
Oh, yeah, sure, that's true. We're seeing the output of a function, but do you see structure here, or does it just look like there's random dots on the screen?
There's some lines, almost like curves, coming up near the top of this second starting point. They sort of flatten out.
Yeah.
And then down here we see some lines and they sort of overlap.
Yeah, it's really amazing, isn't it? So, okay, well, good. So for the next one, we're gonna change the rule a little bit, and then we're gonna see an amazing surprise.